Mustafa Yumlu, Omar Bayam, and across the middle, Ona Ayik, Aykut Savika, Bilal Kisa, and Gure Voral up top for the host this afternoon. Yevgen Shelesnyov and Dan Larson playing off the Ukraine striker. So Jerry, we're already underway, of course, with that 4-1 win at the weekend, but specifically the nature of the opposition this week would suggest that, you know, they're starting to ramp up the pre-season preparations. Would I be right?
Yeah, that's right, and well done on the pronunciations, by the way. I hope I haven't got too many of them when the game's actually on. But yeah, it's normally the way pre-season goes. Yeah. You start off with a run out against a lower league team, and then slowly but surely you'll build that up. The opposition become a little bit more, let's say, upmarket, if you want to use a phrase. But this has happened quite early on. Obviously, they're on the pre-season tour. Akhisarspor, obviously, are thereabouts as well, so they've been able to arrange this game. So this will be a good test, especially playing against European opposition. Obviously, they're a little-known team, the Turkish lot, but I do believe that they won the Turkish Cup, so there'll be no mugs, that's for sure. It should be a good workout.
Yeah, in terms of the regular season, last season they finished 11th, which is creditable. But as you rightly point out, they won the first professional major trophy in the club's history. That was in May with that 3-2 victory over Fenerbahce in the Turkish Cup. You know, Fenerbahce generally regarded as one of the heavyweights, so that would have been a huge occasion for them.
Yeah, of course, and so again, even for this team, this is important preparation for the Turkish side as well. So we've seen a lively game on Saturday against Notts County, so I'm expecting to see, the same sort of type of lively game. There may well be similar changes as there were on Saturday. Lots of changes at half-time, lots of changes on the hour mark, and even after that from both teams. So they'll just be looking forward to getting a good run out, get a lot of fitness under the belt, and then make the changes.
And in terms of the manager, Claude Puel, Jerry, what does he hope to get out of this game? Is it mileage in the legs? Is it look at the formation? Is it look at, can he mix players about? We know that match sharpness is obviously important as well, but the result will be important as well, but it's not, I don't think it's the most important thing today. They'll want to win the game, obviously, won't they? But
I think the number one thing he's looking for is miles in the leg, getting that match fitness up to speed, but also, as you say, you'll be looking at formations. On Saturday he started the first half the 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-1-1, whatever you want to call it, and then he changed it to a 4-3-3 in the second half. So he'll be trying to work out his best system. He'll be trying to work out which players are ready to move on up to the later stages of pre-season when the bigger games come, your Valencias, your Udineses, Valencias, Lille, teams like that, because he has to get that right before the run until the beginning of the season against Manchester United. It's a massive game to start your season off. So these games will give him will answer the questions of who starts my season. So it's important for the guys that haven't really had a run of games in the first team but are on this pre-season tour. They really have to hit the ground running in these games.
Just a word on a couple of these that start this afternoon. Your countryman, Johnny Evans, happy with that one, Jerry? That looks like a good signing, doesn't it?
Yeah, on paper, for the amount of money they've spent on Johnny. I've watched him lots and lots for Northern Ireland, and he's a standout player in the Northern Ireland team. Premier League experience, class, can play with both feet, but most of all, he's a talker. He's an organiser. And we probably haven't had that at the back when Robert Hoof has been out of the team especially. So Johnny Evans will bring that communication and that organisation to the back line.
Somebody, if needs be, is prepared to point a finger as well.
Without a shadow of a doubt. But in the right way.
Yeah.
In the right way. He does everything in the right way, Johnny. So, could be signing of the season.
Another start as well for James Maddison, the youngster brought in as part of the summer transfer activity by Claude Puel. I watched him for Norwich City score first half hat-trick against Hull City in the Championship last season, Jerry, and he was head and shoulders above anybody else on the pitch that day. And I don't mean that unkindly against any other player, but he was standout that day.
Yeah, he looked a class act on Saturday, you've got to say. He created lots and lots of goal-scoring opportunities and always had that yard of space to get on the ball and make something happen. and upstairs his football brain, always had that awareness of all the players were around him. So expecting big things from James Maddison.
Big afternoon as well for Callum Elder and Papi Mendy. Callum Elder, of course, the 23-year-old signed way back in 2013, but spells at the likes of Mansfield, Peterborough, Brentford, Barnsley, and of course last season at Wigan. Papi Mendy, the 26-year-old France youth international, started his career at Monaco and was then loaned back to Nice. He made 14 appearances last season for Nice. He also starts this afternoon alongside Vicente Iborra as we take in the starting 11s brought up on our screens. And we are about to get underway here in Austria. Part of the Foxes' week-long training camp here at Stadion Villach Lynn this afternoon. Home to Villaca SV. They are managed by Safet Susic. That's a name that might be familiar. He played for Yugoslavia at the 1982 and 1990 World Cups, made just shy of 300 appearances as well as a player for Paris Saint-Germain. And as a manager, he took Bosnia and Herzegovina to the group stages of the 2014 World Cup finals. But we are underway, and the Foxes in all blue this afternoon, and they will be playing from right to left. Chilwell, first feel of the ball to Johnny Evans. And the shout is time from Wes Morgan. He's got options to look up. And we've worked it from left to right. Diabate, that was just looking for the layoff. Maybe the turn inside, looking for that ball around the corner. Wes Morgan just with a bit of a wince on his face there. I don't know if he's caught his studs or... There'll be firm grounds this time of year as well, Jerry, yeah.
They're going to have to get used to this playing surface. It's obviously, just looking at it, it's not, you know, what they'll be used to, so it's important that they get the grips with it early.
Well, given away, Selesnyov, he's gone for it, bit of a glory shot, and, well, it just opened up for him. He acknowledges that he probably should have done better, the Ukraine striker. Had 3 spells at Shakhtar Donetsk. He actually won the UEFA Cup with Shakhtar in 2009. And then the domestic double 3 years later. But they'll be disappointed with that shot, Jerry.
Yeah, it was a poor pass from Vincent de Boer in the first place. And again, that just proves that, you know, trying to get used to the playing surfaces isn't as easy as you think. De Boer has given away a sloppy pass. It's fallen to Selesnyov, and he's had that much time. He's in a bit of shock initially, thinking, what am I going to do? He decides to go and have a shot. And I think pre-season's got into his legs good and proper at the minute.
Yeah, one to shake off. Iborra. The ball will go all the way back to Danny Wards. First non-competitive start for the former Liverpool goalkeeper, Wales international. Johnny Evans. There's the club captain. Wes looks okay. We'll keep an eye on him. But always, you know, on these firm grounds, you know, you make that turn, and sometimes you just think, you know, a bit of a pull-up. Given away. Another chance to build down the right-hand side. Maddison looking for the run into the box. A couple of options forward as well. And on the left-hand side to Chilwell. A bit of a give and go. Maddison, was that handball? I think the flag's gone up in any event. Kind of bobbled up at the summer sign in Maddison. The referee has blown. There is Safet Susic, the coach. Experienced type. Chance for Akhisarspor to build from the back. Usman Passar goes back to his goalkeeper on Marty. And Morgan combining. Just needs a little bit of help over on that far side. Damari Gray, what's that, a nudge? He's having a look at the linesman. Certainly looked a bit robust, the challenge, but he protested a little bit light. Play goes on. There's the punt forward, but dear oh dear. straight through to Danny Ward.
Yeah, lacking a bit of quality. You can see the Turkish players are trying to play out from the side, but it's good pressing from Leicester early on. You can see what Claude Puel, is trying to get into the team early on in this game, and that's that high press. And as soon as the keeper rules it out, the Leicester forward players are pressing them, and then they're having to go long. And at the minute, they just haven't, been able to find any kind of quality with those long passes.
Callum Elder has been fouled by Selianov. They've taken the quick free kick. Diabate out by the corner flag. And he's got the throw in. So are we going to get that early breakthrough, I wonder?
They look a big team, don't they? They've got a big centre forward, big turn centre forward. Both the centre halves look to be no nonsense. So, they're going to have to be on their game. They're going to have to be nice and bright, the forward players here.
Mapasar and Younglu forming the centre-back partnership for Akhisarspor. And Chilwell under a bit of pressure. Here's Johnny Evans. Short ball on to Mendy. And again, the referee, no more than 5 yards away, decides that is a foul against Guray Vural. Ibora. Morgan. Johnny Evans. Just a bit of it short to Mendy. And the referee decides it. I believe that's going to be a freak. They ganged up on Mendy on this near side. Just a bit of a lunging, wasn't it? And these referees, you're not going to get away with those, Jerry.
There's been a few of them. There's been a few tasty challenges from the Turkish side, And I suppose it was to be expected, if I'm being honest. But so they've just got to be a little bit cute, Leicester here.
Diabate comes infield to Mendy. And Chilwell. Johnny Evans finds Morgan. There's easy ball out to the right-hand side. Amate. He bought a bit of give and go. Better, bit of zip to the pass as well from the Spaniard. Diabate. He bought it again. And Mendy. Given away. Akhisarspor looking to build. Again, they're trying to get Yevgen Selesnyov. That's the out ball that they're looking for. This time it was Vural who was trying to thread that one through. Damari Gray dropping deep. Mendy. Now Amate. Well, I think he was trying to pick out Damari Gray. The goalkeeper, Fatih Öztürk, will keep that one in. And the pace has just got up a gear, I would suggest, Jerry.
Yeah, it's all about the quickness of the passing. We've just seen a lot of time and space for the players at the back, so they're just, ambling with their passing. It's when you get into that midfield area and in the wide areas, that's when the passing has to quicken up. That may take a few minutes to get going, but I've just seen Damari Gray coming to the halfway line, all about to receive the ball. But then if he's doing that, he's got no centre forward, no one to play the ball forward to. So
somebody's got to get beyond him.
It's important that Damari tries and stay up front, give the centre halves a problem.
Struggling to find many ex-pros who are fans of pre-season as well. What about you?
No, we all knew you needed to go through it. It was
the training rather than the games, anyway.
Yeah, a necessary evil. Everyone looked forward to games, playing games. Even going into these types of games, you're being serious pain, muscle pain, because of the training that you're going through. So,
bit of tightness and
you don't expect to be 100% for these games.
Danny Ward looking for Chilwell. Well, the idea was on, but given away.
And that's why you'll see a lot of misplaced passes, because
the match sharpness is not there.
The brains aren't in gear because they're tired. The passing's not quite there because their muscles are tired. So, you will see misplaced passes a lot in pre-season.
Vjasevic goes down the right channel. Pressure from Damari Gray, winning that one back. Mendy. Here is Damari Gray. Interception, though, in midfield from Bilal Kisa, captain for Akhisarspor. Veteran midfielder, former Turkey international, 7 caps, just the 1 goal. formerly of Galatasaray and Bursaspor, two of the bigger sides in the Turkish Super League. Now a chance for James Maddison. There's the ball in, headed away. It's going to be a corner, we'll take that one. It was Yumlu who put that one out. Nice bit of whip and pace on this ball in. Defender does the safety first thing.
Yeah, nice little bit of interplay. Again, that's what we talk about, that quick passing in the middle, the final third of the pitch. Lovely bit of interplay, and as you say, James Maddison unlucky not to find his mark.
Johnny Evans, Vicente Iborra have come forwards. Callum Elder is in the box as well. There is the ball in. Near post area. Mendy. Maddison, he will get a second bite of the cherry. Looks up. This time a better delivery. Yumlu again. Gets his head on it. And Larson back helping out, but the referee has blown. Wes Morgan had come forward, but now has to retreat. The good news is, appears to have shaken off that. Just had a bit of a wincer, you know, opening couple of, I think it was the first 60 seconds in fact, but they are the type of injuries this stage of the pre-season as well. Players must be so wary of and on the guard. You know, like you say, when the muscles aren't quite bedded in. I know they're trying to get mileage in the legs, but that match sharpness is not there. That's when those kind of injuries can happen, muscle injuries. Chance for Akhisarspor then. Selevnov looking for the ball in field. Callum Elder. He's got time, he's got space to move into. Even the cameraman couldn't keep up, but given away on the left-hand side. The challenge came in from Sevika, the number 6. But it will be a throw to the Foxes. Taken by Chill. Iborra. Sane Diabate. I don't know whether he's lost that in maybe the flight of the sun, but I'm thinking he was going to bring that one straight down.
Yeah, I think he should have got on to that a little bit quicker. I think he was waiting for the defender to come at him. The defender had laid back off him, and so he should have took the initiative and went and controlled that ball first time. As it was, you knew as soon as it was going to bounce, it was going to go over his head.
Iborra to Maddison, immediately under pressure, but he's done well. Johnny Evans zips that one back into the feet of Maddison. This is better. Callum Elder. Looking for the run of Maddison. Doesn't need to foul here. It's going to be a throw-in to Akhisarspor. But having worked good percentages, didn't need to give away a cheap free kick. Throw-in to be taken by Vesevic. I'm sure he's just going to launch this one down the touchline, try and get some distance on it. The big number 9, the Ukraine striker, is back helping out. Yevgen Shelesnyov. Referee says free kick. Foul on Bilal Kisa. Just a bit of a hands-on, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a cheap one.
So no breakthrough. Fair to suggest that neither goalkeeper has been tested. 13 minutes gone. We are into the 13th minute. Mendy. Iborra is the easy ball on. Johnny Evans. Trying to sweep that one out to the left-hand side. You can see what he's trying to do, get Ben Chilwell involved. Just a bit too much on that one from the Northern Ireland defender. Iborra challenging, so to Vesevic. I don't think Ayik can keep this one in. It's going to be a throw-in. Time, Johnny, is the cry. He can look up. Johnny Evans back in possession. Iborra. He's just taken a little bit of a knock there. They can really sting as well on top of the foot. The challenge quickly came in from Guray Vural. Damari Gray. Well, I think he was trying to spot the run there of Papi Mendy. Ayik. To Vrasevic. Now Osman Passar. To Kisa. won't stay. It was a good run from Omar Bayram, the left back, but well tracked by Daniel Amati. I thought he was always in control of that situation as well.
Yeah, you know, he's done well, Amati, at right back, when he came into the side, and obviously had that injury towards the end, but he did really well. And again, he just showed there, you know, a good turn of pace. But I've got to say, I'm pretty, you know, disappointed with the quality of the Turkish side at the minute. You know, again, they're trying to play these long balls and deep in their own half. And just lacking that quality. So nothing really for Leicester to worry about at the minute. I suppose you could say they just got to make sure that when they do pick the ball up the Turkish side inside their own half, and they're going to look for that long ball, they're switched on at the back.
Yeah, I mean, they've not offered a great deal over the halfway line, have they, Jerry, in fairness? I mean,
they look like a physical team who like a challenge. They're going to put themselves about and, you know, be competitive. But as far as, you know, having any real quality at this, from what I can see in the first 14 minutes or so, then, you know, Leicester have put a couple of nice little combinations together. They've showed that it can work if they move it quickly. They just have to continue trying to work those combinations.
We know from last season as well, players coming in and out of the team. We'll just see this one out. Madison looking for the through ball to Diabate, but can't quite bring it under control. That's a nice spot though from Madison. What's a bit of an arm on as well, I tell you what. Omar Bayram, another afternoon, he might not have got away with that. There was a definite lean on. But it's a nice spot from James Madison. That's his influence that he's going to have during this afternoon.
That's the areas of the pitch where you want him. Picking up that space, receiving the ball on the half turn, one touch to control it and get turned, and then a second touch to thread those balls through.
Money signing, of course, from Norwich City, Damari Gray. Here is Madison again. The referee, I think, has decided to let play go on here. Madison is down. Hopefully he's okay. Mendy, Madison back on his feet. And here he is. And that's good referee. You could see that the Foxes were trying to build something. Madison, nice feint. Elder lets it run. Chilwell, and cleared. Better.
Yeah, very good football. Again, Madison at the centre of it after he decided to get himself up off the floor. And he's just starting to pull the strings at the minute. Yeah, there's a collision there between the pair of them, as you can see. It's
ordinarily that's a
there's
foul.
Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. Not a lot in it. He was on fair play, and we got back up and got on with it. But yeah, again, nice little combinations between the forward players. Chilwell getting himself in the attacking half of the pitch. Just need that final ball now.
The big men have come forwards. There is the ball in deep, and Chilwell trying to keep the ball alive. A matter of bodies in the box here. He's Morgan challenging. Akhisarspor wanted a free kick, but not given. Larson. And here now is Vural. Again, they've gone out to the left-hand side. Order Aik is tracked by Johnny Evans, who's now out of position. Bilal Kisa. Savika. Osman Passar. He's over the halfway line. Headed away. There's a call between the two players. Just the communication lines. You could see Danny Ward and Johnny Evans. Evans, it was who took the initiative. James Madison, can he bring this under control? And he will come away with it. Callum Elder. Referee decides that will be a free kick. And a challenge from Avdija Rasevic. Just a little bit keen. I mean, he's no need to give away that foul in that area.
No, again, as I said, they're a bit punchy, the Turkish, you know, and they're looking to get stuck in it at every opportunity, and say a little bit overzealous, I would say.
I mean, managers won't mind those kind of challenges, Jerry, to a point, you know what I mean? As long as the referee is in control of these things. But you're right, I mean, they are snapping in, aren't they, the Turkish side?
And that's Claude Puel will be, you know, praying to the gods to make sure that no one gets injured, because that's the one thing he doesn't want to happen. It's one thing pulling a muscle or, you know, going over on your ankle, but it's another thing taking a clatter and having to come off.
Good work from Ben Chilwell. The block on Akhisarspor. And a good old-fashioned shoulder barge here. There we go. You'd have enjoyed that one, Jerry.
Yeah, as you can see, Akhisarspor has just lost control. His first touch has just let him down slightly. Not enabled Chilwell to just turn the afterburners on and just usher that ball out. Great defending from him.
Just going back to that other point I was going to make as well about Daniel Amati. We remember from our time together at the back end of last season, Jerry, as well, that personal duel he was having with Danny Simpson for the right-back slot. That's going to continue, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Yeah.
Damari Gray wins the free kick. Referee says play on. Quick free kick. Chilwell, ball into the box. There's Mendy on the follow-up. Well, the idea was on. He's entitled to go for this. The execution just can't quite get over the ball. But good thinking. Quick free kick. Chilwell fizzes this one across. Headed clearance. And Mendy, who's on the follow-up. It's a decent enough connection, just can't quite get over the ball.
Yeah, it's a good connection. If you see the slow-mo, he's just sort of swiped at it a little bit, and that's what he wasn't in control, even though he's got a good connection. His balance, he wasn't in control of his balance, and that's why you've just seen the ball going over. But again, good quick play from Leicester. And when they move the ball quickly, then, you know, the Turkish team have no answer for them.
They just look a far better side when the combination passes are there, Jerry, don't they?
That's it, and that's the, you know, that's the one thing that Claude Puel, you know, especially with his first pre-season, will be able to work on is the players combining, you know, with quick passing in the middle and final third of the pitch. We've seen it at the beginning of Claude Puel's reign, and then they sort of went off the boil at the back end of last season, so he'll be trying to get that back into, you know, Leicester's play.
Elder has done well to keep this one in on the left-hand side. Akhisarspor, they want a free kick, but the referee says play on. Kisa. Larson has lost out. He's had his pocket picked by Diabate. He's done well. He will continue his run. Doesn't have a great deal to aim at. Madison creates the angle for himself. Can he get his shot away? Well, he does. Charge down. Good defending.
Yeah, good defender from the Turkish. Certainly, you know, so note to any young defenders, first man closest to the ball has to get out and close the space down. Madison set himself up for a shot, but good defending from the Turkish defender. Again, good play from Leicester. You know, worked that opportunity well. Madison just makes that cutback run.
It's an intelligent run as well.
Yeah, and Diabate finds him. So good forward play again.
Yeah, that's where James Madison is. Well, Claude Puel will be hoping he's going to be so influential next season, that sort of link role in between midfield and attack. And we've already seen flashes this afternoon from Madison. What, 22 minutes on the clock, quarter of the game gone, but still no breakthrough. Madison again. To Johnny Evans. Plenty of time to look up. Ball swept out to the left-hand side. Ben Chilwell, first touch is excellent, and the layoff. Callum Elder to Ibora. Papi Mendy. Diabate involved. Here he is again. Now Mendy. Marty out on the right touchline. There he is. Ibora puts their hand up, says, give it to me. There we go. The statistic tells us pretty much everything that we already knew, having 2/3 of this game. And there's no shocks or surprises by that one, Jerry. I think, you know, all that's missing is an opening goal, really.
Yeah, it's just a final ball at the minute.
Yeah.
You know, they've got themselves in good crossing situations. Ball just hasn't been quite right, but that will come if they keep playing like this. You know, some really good stuff at the minute.
Nice pirouette from Madison to Evans, who joins the attack. Chilwell makes the run. Elder to Madison, it's just opened up for him, thinks about it, gets his shot away, again blocked. He's having a growing influence on this game, is James Maddison. Zvernyov is down, back up on his feet. Mendy. Busy in midfield, comes out to the left-hand side. Chilwell. One back by Elder, he's done well. Then Chilwell. To Callum Elder. Does he have a go? Get his head down and have a go. Given away. Akhisarspor can come away with it with Onur Ayik. Bilal Kisa. Larson over on the left-hand side. So just for the time being, they've got to get bodies back. Don't recall Danny Ward making one meaningful save. What? 25 minutes on the clock. They have not threatened at all, the Turkish Super League side. A player down as well. Onur Ayik. Larson it is who's down, in fact, over on that far side. I think he's okay. Usman Passar to Yumlu. Behram. Sevika. Good tracking from Damari Gray. Intelligent ball in field from Evans to Mendy. Happy Mendy. Ibora. Well, he could see the idea was on trying to sweep it out to the right-hand side, but he played the pass blind. Given away. Daniel Larson. There's the ball stood up. What a chance. Zvernyov it was. Left-footed attempt. Blocked. And out of nowhere, the Turkish Super League side, through Yevgen Seleznyov. Well, you can tell he's frustrated. Feeding off scraps, really. Nice ball stood up by Daniel Larson. Gets his shot away. Danny Ward not too sure how much he knew about that, but a nice instinctive save in any event.
Yeah, just it was all about his positioning there. And you were just saying he's had nothing to do the whole game. All of a sudden he's called in the action and he produces the goods. So that's where you get paid your money as a goalkeeper. Even though you've had nothing to do, when that time actually comes, you have to be right on the money. You can't be sleeping in. And Danny Ward got his positional sense right there. Good connection from the big centre forward. Ward's there to, to clean that mess up.
32-year-old Ukraine striker. Mustn't have been first choice last season. 6 goals in only 17 appearances. And now they've got a chance through Diabate. Having a run. It's opened up for him. Continues his run into the box. The referee decides it's going to be a free kick against Seni Diabate. Referee just having a word. Gets his shot away initially. Is there anything in that? There's a little bit of contact. Yeah.
But that was better from Diabate. He's found himself in that central area. And it's good positive football from him. He's trying to get the ball out of his feet, commit defenders, getting the shot off. Yes, it wasn't on target, but he cut a frustrating figure on Saturday. He was trying to do a little bit too much at times on the ball. But there you've seen good positive play from getting the shot away.
Yeah, remember him making his debut and scoring against Peterborough in the FA Cup. He was excellent that day. Then from that point to the game of the season, in and out of the team, trying to stake a claim for a regular place.
Yeah, it's a big season for him. It's a big season for him and Damari Gray, obviously with the departure of Riyad Mahrez. It's an important season for these two.
Those have got to be saying to the manager, I need man now, I'm going to fill those boots.
Well, the pair of them, because it's a great opportunity for the pair of them, to cement themselves in the team.
Maddison, outside of the right boot. Callum Elder. Elder skips his man, he's into the box, there's the ball in. And in the end, Diabate came charging in, but it's an important interception from Oya Bayram. Back helping out here. Again, it's a smart move. Elder skips past Vasevic. There's the ball in. And in the end, Bayram, he knew that Diabate was breathing down his neck. And that is an important interception.
Yeah, it's a great piece of defending there from Bayram. Lovely ball from Elder, does brilliantly down the left-hand side. And it's a good ball and a good low cross, a teasing cross. But top-class defending, you have to say.
Maddison with the corner. There's the ball in. There's Morgan. Well, the referee has blown. Well, I think Wes Morgan making the point, hang on, ref, that's 6 and 2 threes, but he's gone against the club captain. Is there anything in this? Oh, that's a shot.
I don't know what referees see sometimes, to be honest with you, but I think when he's jumped, he's obviously got his hand on one of the defenders and he's automatically just sort of cowered down, as it were. But nothing in that at all.
I mean, Wes Morgan has used his opposite number there just for leverage, hasn't he? But that's where it's gone against him. Damari Gray. Johnny Evans. Johnny Evans, of course, started at the weekend. Well, made a raft of changes round about the hour mark. Josh Knight came on, Amati did come on as well, so too Ndukwu. Got a chance here though, of Akhisarspor. It's that man again, Yevgen Shelesnyov, his second attempt. And he might well feel he should have scored this afternoon. Right-footed time. As we move to the 30-minute mark. Well, in the end, gets his shot away, Jerry.
Yeah, it's on target. Danny Ward called in the action again. You know, Leicester at the minute, you know, from really controlling this game, are just, you know, they're right in their luck a little bit at the minute, as you say. It could be two goals down as it is. Obviously, Danny Ward keeping them in it.
And they keep this in, they can. Vural, he's got time to look up. Kisa. Vicente Iborra just has his pocket picked. And they've gone out to Amate. Well, that's interesting from a position of control. The irony is that Akhisarspor probably had the two best chances.
Yeah, well they have. They have.
James Maddison, again, he's looking for that eye of the needle pass. The run of Tamari. See what he was trying to do here. Here's the second attempt. The end. That's a save you would expect Danny Ward to make.
It's a comfortable save. He just sort of scoops that shot, and there's no real power, no real direction. He just has a lash at it, and he ends up scooping it up instead of like driving that ball low into one of the corners. And as you say, that's a pretty easy save for Danny Ward to make.
The Akhisarspor number 9, he's had the two best chances of this game. There we go, look. 2 on target, but they've barely been in this game, have Akhisarspor. Good hold-up play from Vural. Free kick given against Daniel Amati and Omar Baran. And they've taken it quickly. Daniel Larsson looking for the run. Maddison comes away with the ball. Plenty of time to look up. Callum Elder. Maddison again. Man on is the cry. He goes to ground. The referee could blow, but the Fox is in possession here. Vural, again, a little bit keen. Amate. Oh, dear, oh dear. Well, it's probably the easiest pass he's had to make all afternoon, but just gets it all wrong between himself and Fousseni Diabate.
It's just a bit sloppy, that's all. You know, a little bit, no communication. Amati thinks he's going to come one way, Diabate's going the other, and that's the result.
Damari Gray to Armati. A little bit tight and congested over on that far side. Where's Morgan? To Danny Ward then. And Johnny Evans. Happy Mendy. Vicente Iborra. Maddison immediately, he's on the turn. Forward thinking. Again, he's having a look beyond him, trying to create that angle and space for himself. Amate. Easy ball to Diabate. This time they get it right. Here's the Mali Youth International, now Iborra. Happy Mendy. Give and go, but a nice bit of keep ball. Iborra to Evans. And Akhisarspor with every single man behind the ball at this stage. Chilwell. Ball to him was sold short from Callum Elder. Just an acknowledgement between the pair. Poor layoff from and he knew straight away. Invited the challenge from Advisha Vrasevic. Ben Chilwell will take the throw. A couple of options beyond him. There's chest control from Damari Gray to Ibora. Wes Morgan. Into the feet of Diabate. Just loses his studs, but back up on his feet. Wes Morgan again then. As we move towards the final 10 minutes of regulation first half play. Here at Stadion Villach Lind in Austria. This game, of course, one of two. Saturday, of course, we've got Udinese from Italy's Serie A. And the nature of the opposition suggesting that Claude Puel's trying to ramp up the pre-season preparations. Udinese, of course, they will provide a good test. I don't mean that unkindly against the Turks here, Jerry, but plenty of quality about Udinese as well.
Yeah, it'll be a good game, that.
They're trying to work it down.
Sorry, I was just going to say it'll be a good, test to see where Leicester are, in regards to, playing against European opposition after, not competing in the Champions League last season. So, yeah.
On the turn, Damari Gray continuing his run. Rode a couple of challenges. He's having a word with the referee, but nothing given. But back in possession, Armate to Mendy. Mendy. Trying to pick out Ben Chilwell, but Onur Ayik back helping out. Mendy to Chilwell. Morgan. So no breakthrough. 36 minutes gone, but a stiff workout nevertheless. Mileage in the legs, match sharpness, the buzzwords at this stage of the season. Ben Chilwell continuing his run. Oh, given away. He was looking for the run of Daniel Amati. He knew straight away that that pass wasn't on. And handball against the Foxes fullback. Joining the attack, actually done the hard part, but then given away.
Yeah, great first touch, Fleur, from Ben Chilwell. His first touch is taken him inside the pitch and he's on the attack. And as you say, the sun must have got in his eyes or something, because he's obviously passed it straight to the green shirt. But again, good play between Evans and Chilwell down this left-hand side.
We talked about Armati and Simpson on the right-hand side last season. During on the left-hand side, of course, Ben Chilwell, Christian Fuchs.
Yes.
A player for two players for every position, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. So it'll be interesting to see. Ben was favoured for large parts of last season. And he looked sharp, to be honest.
Kisa, left-footed attempts, and he's won it back. Omar Baran wins the throw-in off Daniel Amati. So a bit of regrouping. Danny Ward doing some organising. Reserve goalkeeper this afternoon, Eldin Jakupovic, who of course started against Notts County at the weekend. Former Hull City goalkeeper. There's the ball in from Beran. Headed away by Ben Chilwell. Needed to take the initiative there. Callum Elder continues his run. Here's Damari Gray. Yeah, the challenge came in from Kenna Mampasar. Again, he's just a little bit keen, a little bit tight. He's no need to get so close in that area. Damari Gray's got his back to goal, 10 yards from the halfway line? Easy decision.
Yeah, it's the way the game's gone. You see again, Bayram going in there with a nice, tasty challenge. And
there's a few reducers going in this afternoon.
Before I thought it might be like this. So this is where the referee has to with the captain of the Turkish team.
Just pull him in another word.
They're giving away too many silly free kicks. Someone's bound to get injured, get hurt here. So he has to pull him in. Obviously, it's a friendly, pre-season friendly. He just needs to, again, another one
Yeah,
on Elder there.
That's naughty from Ayik, yeah, he left a bit in.
The referee has to have a word. Just get the captain a few words in his ear, because otherwise, you know, people will start losing their tempers, and then before you know it, you could have a brawl.
Well, we got a potential in-swinger from Madison, or the out-swinger from Chilwell. Two behind it. Ibora, Morgan, Evans have joined the attack here. Ben Chilwell with the delivery, whipped him with a bit of pace. Into the right area, Mendy back helping out. Just a bit short for Madison, but he's done well. And he comes away with the ball. So James Madison recycles possession. Oh, nice feint from Damari Gray. It's opened up for him, he's gone for it, right-footed. I think he's entitled to go for that, Damari Gray. Some distance out, would have been some goal, but why not?
Yeah, spot on, you know, lovely piece of skill here. Feints to go big, drags it back. Jamie, just one thing in his mind. Unfortunately, just gets underneath that slightly. Just gets underneath the ball as he hits it, and that's again why he hasn't struck through the middle of the ball, he struck through the bottom of the ball. That's why you say it gone over the bar.
The former Birmingham City Flyer was on that 4-1 win against Notts County at the weekend. Marty with the challenge on Zhiganov. Just feeling the effects of that, the big number 9. I think he's okay to continue. The battle-hardened Ukraine striker, he'll have taken a few of those in his time. Just having a word with the referee, wasn't too happy with the challenge. Bit of contact to the back of the head. Omar Baran has given the ball away. Final 5 minutes then of first half play here in Austria. Johnny Evans. To Wes Morgan. And in the end it runs through. Madison it was, he was trying to bring that under control. Continuing his word there, he's picking on the wrong man as well. It wasn't Wes Morgan, it was Daniel Amati that the challenge came in from. He's not happy, but play goes on. Here is Savica. Out to Ayik. Vural. Savica again. Vural. And Kisa joining the play, but foul by Papi Mendy. And it does mean that Akhisarspor have got a chance to load the box here. What, about 4 minutes on the clock? Was he already going to ground, Jerry? I mean, he's coming on the wrong side, which didn't help. Free kick to Akhisarspor then. Danny Ward will want a high line here. Won't want players stood on his toes. But they've got a chance to load the box. There's the ball in. Dangerous ball in as well. Final shot comes in, but well, it's speculative. No real problem in the end. And it was Mustafa Yumlu, centre-back, not known for goal-scoring prowess. And I think we've seen some evidence why.
Yeah, but you've got to, I think it was great defending from Daniel Amati at the back stick. That's a good ball into the box. Difficult ball to defend those because you're running towards your own goal. And if you get the wrong connection on it, you have a chance of putting it inside your own net. But Daniel Amati, fantastic defending there at the back post to get that some way cleared. And as you said, the big centre half of the overhead kick, that was never coming off, was it?
You're right, though, Jed. They're often the most difficult defending under pressure. It was Yumlu, it was, who had the attempt. Mustafa Yumlu had to retreat. Former Trabzonspor centre-back and Turkish Cup winner with Akhisarspor at the end of last season. That memorable win against Fenerbahce. Just grown into it a little bit possession-wise, Akhisarspor, but The Foxes, in effect, having 2/3 of the opening half. If there is one disappointment, it might well be that haven't really tested Fatih Öztürk.
Absolutely. I know he wants his front three to rotate, which is good, but I just think the Marley Gray spending too much time in the middle third of the pitch. He needs to spend more time up top and let Madison, Abora and Mendy work that middle.
Like it, Savika in time, this time giving a cheap free kick away. We've seen plenty of those in the opening half. So a late free kick for the Foxes. Where's Morgan coming forward? Callum Elder is up there as well. Vicente Abora, the back post. Well, a deep line position at the back. Johnny Evans is up there as well. Fatih Öztürk with some organising to do then. Or will it be Chilwell? Will it be Madison? Madison with the delivery. Bit of an in-swinger. But Savika, player who gave away the free kick, has a chance to come away with it. Oh, Ben Chilwell, his touch is heavy. And now Akhisarspor can build. Zagemniov. Baram, there's the ball in. Daniel Amarte brings it under control and out of the penalty area. Great defending again. Vicente Abora to Madison. Madison immediately on their turn. And he keeps it in. Akhisarspor. Well, the referee blows. You could hear the yelp as well from the Akhisarspor player. I don't know if he's just turned something here on the firm ground, but look, they've got 15 minutes to try and sort him out. And a chance for both managers, in fact, to have a look at changes here. It might be his wrist, in fact, that has fallen a little bit awkwardly. But at the break, there we go, Leicester City 0. Akhisarspor 0. The Foxes having the majority of the possession. But as we were pointing out in commentary, Jerry, the irony is the two best chances have fallen to the Turks. Yevgen Zavelniov, he probably feels he should have scored.
Yeah, there were two good chances, two saves. Well, one save that, Danny Ward probably wouldn't have been expected to make, but was in the right place at the right time. The other one was a poor effort, but we talk about that in football where you have the majority of the game, things aren't quite going your way, and then all of a sudden the opposition go up the other end and nick a goal. And that's what we're in danger of seeing here with Akhisarspor and Leicester, because they haven't really been in it. Some good stuff from Leicester in the attacking third of the pitch, but it's just that final ball that just haven't got right. If they can get that right and get players into the box when they're going forward, then I'm sure it can cause some problems for the Turkish team.
Second half commentary with myself, Nick Walsh, and former Foxes defender Jerry Taggart to follow here at Stadion Villek Lind. Leicester City 0, Akhisarspor 0. Welcome back. Stadion Villach Lind here in Austria. At the break, Leicester City 0, Akhisarspor 0. The first half, not a great deal to write home about. It won't live long in the memory, save for 2 chances for Akhisarspor. They didn't have too much of an influence in the first half, but they did have the 2 best chances, both to the same player, Yevgen Zheleznyov. But no breakthrough, and we are anticipating, by the way, a raft of changes either at the break right now or possibly the 60-minute mark. There is Kasper Schmeichel. He is not on the bench, by the way, for the Foxes this afternoon. Josh Knight, Andy King, Darnell Johnson, Islam Slimani, Leonardo Ojoa, Bartosz Kapustka, Christian Fuchs, Leighton Ndukwu, Hamza Chowdhury, and goalkeeper Eldin Jakubovic. So we'll try and get confirmation of these changes as the second half gets underway. But actually, Jerry, as we were pointing out, it wasn't a great opening period.
No, and a lot of these games are like, I suppose it doesn't help as well when there's the atmosphere is pretty benign. Let's be honest about it. But you know, Leicester, you can see Leicester City there's in force as usual. Great to see Leicester City on tour.
Yeah.
But you know, the pre-season games as a whole aren't really a great spectacle. You have to say that. The emphasis are on different things. Yes, it's nice to get into a winning mentality early on, and I'm sure that Leicester would like to have a better pre-season than they did last pre-season, because that wasn't very good at all. So there's always a bit of pressure on the manager, even in pre-season, to try and get the team working and going in the right direction, and that'll be, you know, the most important thing for him, I would say. But definitely, you know, the pace of the game, the intensity of the game, it isn't quite what you would expect.
We'll try and get confirmation of changes, if any. But can't be too much further away from getting underway. The Foxes started this game with Danny Ward in goal, a back 4 of Ben Chilwell, Johnny Evans, Wes Morgan, Daniel Amate, the holding 2 of Papi Mendy, Vicente Iborra, the front 3 of Callum Elder, James Maddison and Fousseni Diabate, and up top Damari Gray. There is Claude Puel. Did notice at the weekend he waited until around about the 60-minute mark, 62 minutes, when there were a raft of changes. Knight, Armati, Ndukwu, Slimani, Ojoa and Kapustka, they all came on the 62-minute mark. Some of those start this afternoon, some don't. Some are on the bench. But it looks like Vicente Iborra are going to get us back underway here as the Foxes pre-season programme continues. Don't forget, Saturday we'll be back. Another pre-season fixture lined up against Udinese from Italy's Serie A. So goalless at the break, we are underway. The Foxes in all blue, and they will play from left to right in the second half. There is one of those changes for Akhisarspor. Well, he thought he was going to get the decision, the big number 28, but not given. Try and get these changes confirmed for you. Damari Gray. Looks like Akhisarspor, in fact, have made a number of changes at the break. I can tell you that Helder Barbosa is on. There is Barbosa giving away a free kick. Other changes include Abdul Sissoko, he's on. Johnny Evans then with time to look up. The other changes, Ornagan Gula and Elvis Manu, 26 and 28. Also on Kader Keles. So it looks like Akhisarspor made quite a number of changes at half-time. Also on Irai and Esteban, that's the number 8. A chance to build from the back. The Turkish Cup winners. It is at 7. Arbotsa on the turn, but they've kept hold of it well. Picked up again by Arbotsa. Good challenge though, over on that far side. Papi Mende. Daniel Amati. Into the feet of Diabate, who's on the turn, escaping the clutches of Sissoko. Madison is into the box, but goalkeeper quickly off his line. Looks like they've made a change in goal as well. Yeah, Bora Kerik is on, that's the goalkeeper. So a number of changes for Akhisarspor.
They've probably started the game a little bit brighter in the second half of all the changes they've made as well.
Well, they got a bit of a spring in their step, don't they? Yeah, a couple of minutes in. Foul on James Madison. But as is the way with pre-season games, we were looking at it beforehand, Jerry, anticipating that Akhisarspor could in fact put an entirely 11 out for the second half. They haven't done that completely, but he has made quite a number of changes.
Again, it's not unknown for teams to do that early on in pre-season, you know, to give everyone in the squad a half each.
There's the ball in. Goalkeeping from Bora Kerik. A challenge from Mende, not to the referee's liking. Well, if you're going to do it at in this area of the pitch, and it's the right decision as well. Big unit as well, the number 28 that's come on, and Elvis Manu. Elvis took a bit of a whack there. And he looks a big physical presence for Akhisarspor.
Yeah, so they seem to have started a little bit brighter, a little bit more tempo in their game. The passing's a little bit, you know, more incisive than it was in the first half. Oh. In saying that, they'll have nearly given the Murray Gray away the goal there.
They have. Goalkeeper put under big pressure. Just having a word with his defenders here. He's got the free kick in any event. The challenge came in from Damari Gray. And they can start from scratch. 50 minutes gone. As the Foxes continue their pre-season preparations. Week-long training camp here in Austria, including 2 pre-season games. And of course, we'll be back with you on Saturday for that game against Udinese. Different kick-off time, 3 o'clock on Saturday. That's UK time, do make a note of that. Madison just beaten to the punch. And Elvis has lost out this time to Wes Morgan. Armate, Ibora to Diabate. Diabate looking for the run of Damari Gray. His ball will stick as well. But in the end, happy to just see that one out of play. That was the number 24, Danny Nonque. So Akhisarspor will get us back underway. Puel, in fact, Jerry, resisting the chance to make a raft of changes himself at half-time, but I would imagine you get to the old 60-minute mark and he might well be thinking, OK, let's get some of these warmed up.
Yeah, that's right. You know, different managers have different ways of doing it. I've played under managers who've made wholesale changes at half-time. As you say, some managers wait to 60 minutes.
As an ex-player as well, was there one of those that you preferred, or?
Well, yeah. Coming off at half-time, I'd rather play the first half and the second half, because
you would rather start the game.
You're obviously hanging around, whereas, and I know it's a little bit of a selfish thing, but if you played the first half, you then go and get a shower, relax, come back and watch the second half. Whereas if you played the second half, you had to hang around, stay warm, you know, and then come on at half-time. It was always better to be, to start fresh, start the game fresh. But yeah, either that or you'd want to play the whole game.
Yeah.
Or so if you weren't going to play half, and the manager said, right, you're going to start and you're going to play, the majority say, well, I'll play the 90 minutes. I need the 90 minutes. So you try and get as many minutes as you could under your belt.
What was interesting at the weekend, that 4-1 win against Notts County, Darnell Johnson, who we know from the development squadron, he was the only outfield player that got the full 90.
Yeah, that's right. They moved him into centre half in the second half. And
we were talking about that before, weren't we? Because I remember seeing him as a right back last season, but you think he's better suited to your old position?
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look at the way Claude Puel's looking to go with his full-backs, he wants that pace and quality from the wide areas. And
seems to be the modern full-back way
now,
doesn't
exactly.
it?
Yeah. And I'm not saying that Darnell hasn't got that, but I just think, when you're asking him to keep going up and down that line and trying to get quality balls in the box, he's probably his physical stature isn't used to that. He's more used to playing as a centre half, where he can concentrate on, stopping the opposition rather than then having to concentrate on getting up and down the line and becoming an attacking force as well as a defensive force.
We just had a bit of an injury hold-up. It was for the goalkeeper, Bora Cork, 38 years of age, been around the block of it, but signed for this club in 2015. Not too many appearances. He's obviously back up, but he's getting some valuable game time this afternoon. Akhisarspor then have come from one end of the pitch to the other. Sissoko in number 20. Continuing his run and got involved in a challenge there with Ben Chilwell. Ball has gone out of play. Bit of physicality about Akhisarspor this afternoon. If anything, with the players they've brought on, they've kind of strengthened their arm in that department a bit as well, Terry.
Yeah, well, they've definitely strengthened in the footballing department. Say their passing's been a little bit crisper, and they've brought some physical players, even more physical players onto the pitch in the second half. So we've got an interesting game on our hands here.
It's still goalless. We're into the 55th minute. Sissoko taking no chances. There's the long punt forward. Good first header from West Morgan. Ibora wanted the layoff there to Daniel Amate. Just one of those passages of play. 10 games into the season, that comes off, doesn't it? Just if it's not going to come off, do it in pre-season.
It's frustrating for the manager, but you have to understand that 2 weeks in, whatever it is, 2.5 weeks in the pre-season, with a lot of work behind the scenes that no one sees. All they see is the finished product on the pitch. But believe you me, the work that goes on behind the scenes in pre-season is tough.
Oran Kangula has just lost out here, and it's going to be a throw-in anyway. Marty. Talk is the call. Elvis putting himself about, the big man. And he wins the throw. To be taken by Keles. Asman Passat, one of only a handful of few that does retain his first half shirt. The referee has given a throw over on the far side to Akhisarspor. Chilwell grown into the game in the first half. Nice bit of link up with Callum Elder down that left-hand side. Diabate trying to win this ball back, but Akhisarspor will come away with it. Good clearance by Chilwell. And a good old aerial duel between Johnny Evans and the big man, Elvis. Long punt forwards. Oh, Maddison, he just couldn't quite bring it under control. He's so frustrated with himself there. Could have been a one-on-one situation.
Yeah, it was nearly a fantastic touch from James Maddison. He was trying to just bring that ball in front of himself, so you know, the ball would just run into his stride. Unfortunately, just couldn't get the control he wanted, but decent play.
Nyonku to 7. Here he is again, the number 8. Looking for the ball over the top. The flag's gone up. Wouldn't have stood in any event. Quick flag over on that far side. Elvis Manu having a word with the referee, not too happy. He's saying, are you sure?
Referee's a brave character, going up to him face to face.
He's a big physical specimen, isn't he, Elvis Manu? Just wonder as well, having a cursory look at the bench here, is around about that time when managers start to think about changes. Elvis Manu, Dutch-born. Might be a name that rings a bell. Started his career at Feyenoord. He was signed by Brighton in 2015, then sent on loan to Huddersfield Town. So it looks like one of their summer signings by Akhisarspor, because last season he was at Gençlerbirliği, also in Turkey. He's already had a spell in England. Elvis Manu, he's 24 years of age. Didn't score at all for Brighton or for Huddersfield Town, but 10 appearances for the Seagulls, 5 Huddersfield Town, on loan there in West Yorkshire. See the statistics as well, the way that the possession has changed. 2/3 in favour of the Foxes in the first half, Jerry. That's, the pendulum has swung a little bit in that regard.
Yeah. It's all what to do with it now, I suppose. You know, as I said, they had a couple of shots on target in the first half of little possession.
Diabate. Maddison had made the run.
He's got to play that ball, Diabate. Even if it's a difficult ball, he's got to. If you're going to make those runs, the player on the ball has to somehow try and get the ball to him. You can't keep holding on to it. Never seen Diabate holding on to the ball too long and then losing possession.
Again, nice intelligent play from James Maddison, having made the angle for himself. He's trying to get in that space beyond Demarai Gray. There we go, look, all manner of changes about to take place. No great shocks or surprises about that. We saw that at the weekend, of course, against Notts County. As we move to the hour mark. What they need is the ball to come out of play. It's not happening just yet. Diabate. Demarai Gray needs a bit of help. They've ganged up on him on this near side. That's going to be a throw in to Akhisarspor. Here are the changes then.
Good luck with this one.
Leonardo Ajoa certainly coming on. So too Darnell Johnson. So too Christian Fuchs. So too Andy King. Islam Slimani is also on.
Kaputska as well, I think, it's just come out.
Martosh Kaputska. We'll work out who's got the hook. You can see for yourself, Maddison. Looks like Mendy is off as well. Hamza Chowdhury is on target, of course, against Notts County at the weekend in that 4-1 victory. So all manner of changes, this time for the Foxes, as we thought would happen as well. Yeah. I mean, and again, this goes back to our point about mileage in the legs, you know, players needing games. They've got 30 minutes, these that have come on, to you know, just fire a reminder to the manager. Play goes on. Elvis Manu, who's into the box, trying to create the opening for himself, gets his shot away. Well, in the end, he's just flashed across the face of the ball, but he has looked lively out as well.
Yeah, good attacking play, good positive play from Elvis Manu. You could just hear in the commentary, you know, the defender telling him to keep him outside. So what he's trying to say there is keep him going down the line. But he's allowed to cut back in onto his right foot and get his shot away. Thankfully, it went wide.
Yeah, take him away from goal, yeah.
Take him away from goal and keep him on his weaker left foot.
Trying to get him involved again, but this time the pass doesn't reach him. Fuchs. King just can't quite bring that one under control. Islam Slimani, the point of the attack, up there with Leonardo Ajoa. The pair back from their respective loan clubs. Newcastle United and Brighton. Free kick, says the referee. Ajoa says, what, me? Yep, it will be a free kick to Akhisarspor. You can try and build from the back here. Barabotsa over on the far side. He wants the ball. Good play though, winning the ball back. Callum Elder has stayed on. Gets the 1-2 here with Hamza Chowdhury. Always running that risk, specifically in that area of the pitch, but they get away with it. And I think in a competitive game, that would have been Rosed, Jerry, but...
Yeah.
If you're going to try these things, try them in pre-season at least, yeah.
Players are going to try stuff. I say it won't go down too well with the manager when he's got, you know, a platform for you to build on, but...
Akhisarspor with Barabotsa. Players committed here. This ball needs to come in for the Turks. Get out is the cry. Trying to move towards the 18-yard line. Just enjoying a little bit of territory here. As Hamza Chowdhury just loses his feet. Looking for the run of Güler, but it didn't quite come off. Barabotsa's won it back, and it's over on the far side. Now the number 8, at 7. He gets it back. Kelez wants it, here he is, the left back. They're keeping the ball well, not getting in too further up the pitch with it, but no cue. And Osman Passar back to his goalkeeper. There's the clearance. And it won't stay in. Daniel Johnson happy to let that one run. A 5-minute spell on the ball without really threatening though, Jerry. I think that would be fair.
Yeah, that's good. It's good pressure on from Slimani when the ball went back. And again, that's a tactic that Claude Puel, you know, will be working on in pre-season, getting people closing the ball down as a group rather than ones and twos. And there we've seen them force you know, the Turkish side back, and in the end the keeper having to scoop one over to the full back, and Leicester winning it back.
Chowdhury. This is the intended target. And now Akhisarspor. Elvis Manu with the whole play. Sissoko. And they can try and build from the back. Kena Osman Passar. Bartosz Kaputska. Another one of those changes made by Claude Puel. Signed from Cracovia in 2016, but a couple of spells away on loan at Freiburg. Back at the club. Made 7 appearances, scored 1 goal on loan last season for Freiburg. Originally brought in as part of the under-23 setup, but he's another one that Well, he's got a chance to get some important game time. There's Slimani looking for the flick on. Back with the goalkeeper. Just taking a bit of a risk, and maybe that should have been cleared first time, because in the end it does invite a little bit of pressure here. Christian Fuchs, who we know can deliver these throw-ins. Majord at the near post area. Slimani just trying to feed off the scraps beyond him. He's playing on the shoulder. There's the throw-in. Slimani was trying to get in. Chowdhury wins the follow-up header. Ajoa. Nice ball around the corner. To King. Fuchs with the ball in. It's deep. It won't sit. And it's going to go out of play. Bit of disappointment with the delivery.
Yeah. You know, we know how good Christian can be on that left-hand side. Before he was put under a little bit of pressure. We're just starting to come into this game a little bit now, Leicester.
Christian Fuchs, back in his homeland, of course. Well, I think the replacement goalkeeper for Akhisarspor is going to be replaced himself. They did name 3 goalkeepers on the bench this afternoon. There we go, confirmation. Borakog is off. Halil Yaral, his replacement. That's unfortunate. He's only been on the pitch, what, 12 minutes. It means that his replacement has got to get himself involved straight away. It's not always easy as well, specifically in pre-season games. Header back, and he will get his first touch of the ball. 68 minutes on the clock. Leicester City 0, Akhisarspor 0. Second half chances have dried up completely, Jerry.
Yeah, Akhisarspor, you know, as I said, they've started the game quite lively, but just lack that quality up front. Be fair to Leicester, you know, looking at Damari Gray, spending a lot of time in the middle third of the pitch. This half, you know, he's up top. He hasn't quite caused any problems yet, but at least he's starting to stretch a game in behind for Leicester, which is, you know, an encouraging sign.
Slimani has just lost out, and it means that Akhisarspor will come away with it down the left-hand side. Kelez did well to keep that ball in. And again, just shy of the halfway line, looking to build from the back. And Tonto, who will now continue his run. Barbosa, the number 7. The possession split again. Now it's a coin toss, dead even. 50-50. 2/3 in favour of the Foxes in the first half, but they've grown into it, have Akhisarspor. That's almost a hospital pass, but cleared. Should be comfortable. Huska is battling away, and the Foxes will win the free kick. Sissoko it was who was in there challenging. There's Andy King on the turn. They had a couple of bites, didn't they? I actually think that was Sissoko. I think it was Barbosa, the number 7. Darnell Johnson then. And on the turn, up to the left-hand side. Can they get something going? And in the end, the touch a little bit heavy from Leighton and Ndukwu.
You see there what I was talking about, you know, Slimani's gone to close down. The midfield, 4 or 5 are just stood back watching, and that's where you have to get that right, or else Slimani just wastes that run trying to close him down.
Free kick, says the referee. Is that a yellow card as well? I think it was. Well, given some of the challenges that we saw in the first half. Oh, that's naughty, isn't it? And I think he knew that was coming as well. Josue has got in the book, the number 27. Comes Chowdhury. Good hold-up play. And there's the ball in. Oh, and it's off the crossbar from Ajoa. 71 minutes gone. Can they get something on the follow-up? A number of challenges going in here. Well, here's the risk in pre-season. You could see the Foxes' frustration growing as a number of these challenges came in. In fairness, they were both at it, both sides. Neither manager will be liking these challenges, Jerry, but you could see it coming.
Yeah, well, the referee needed to get control of the game. There was a lot of...
Josh Knight involved, yeah.
And before Josh Knight, it's a lovely bit of play down the right-hand side for him. Great control on the chest, and he's cut back, put a great ball into the box for Ajoa's header. And then you see the other side of him now, having no nonsense. As you see this ball coming in. It's a lovely header as well. Good ball, composed cross. And Ajoa's got to feel that very unlucky as it just hits the crossbar there.
Josh Knight has gone in the book. A couple of challenges. He's just getting a little bit fraught on the edge of the Akhisarspor penalty area. That's always the risk with these kind of games.
If the referee doesn't get control of it early, and I said, you need to get the captain together. The captains together and say, you need to stop this or else we're going to start booking people. He didn't. And that's when you start seeing the opposition retaliate. And that's what Josh Knight
my worry for Josh Knight there was he kind of left the ground, but he was probably thinking, I've got to look after myself here, which is, you know, there were challenges coming in thick and fast. Referee just needs to keep a lid on this. Given away by Knight, picked up by Barbotsa. And Hamza Chowdhury always running the risk of giving away the free kick because he's coming on the wrong side. Foul on the number 7 here, Barbotsa. Hamza Chowdhury having a word. It's not going to change anything. Held Barbotsa, it was who was brought down. Played for some of the big clubs back in his home. Porto, Braga. But a free kick. This is a dangerous area as well. Looks like a 5-man wall for the Foxes.
Yes, good position here. Just the right distance to get it up and down.
Joshua, he fancies his chances, left-footed straight into the wall. So in the end, no real problem. Joshua again goes looking for it. There's the ball in from Barbotsa. Not a bad ball in. Hutsker is challenging. There's the flick on from Slimani. Trying to find Dukwu. Given away by Hamza Chowdhury. Just needs to be careful now as well. Barbotsa. Sissoko. And Akhisarspor will start again. They're over the halfway line. Plenty of bodies back here for the Foxes. There's the ball in. Time is the call. It's a nice bit of play as well from Kapuska to Slimani. Always had his back to that initially. Just looking to try to bring it under control. Referee gives the free kick. Leonardo Ajoa. Best chance of the game for the Foxes. Neat header, plenty of conviction on the header as well. Rattled the crossbar. But in the end, it bounced down on the wrong side of the line. But he took up a good position as well, though, Jerry.
Yeah, encouraging signs, and especially from young Josh Knight as well. You know, someone who, you know, had a run out last season in the cup games, in one of the cup games, actually, should I say, against Sheffield United. And you know, that night he made a last-ditch goal-saving challenge.
He did, yeah.
And today you're saying him get forward and show good composure, good skill for somebody who, you know, is well over 6 foot. So encouraging signs.
Akhisarspor, they're trying to clear their lines. Josue, ball has gone out to the far side. Nice interchange, but so they just can't keep the ball alive. 3/4 of the game gone. Just a bit of housekeeping as well. Don't forget, LCFC Matchday Live pre-season coverage on Saturday against Udinese from Italy's Serie A. That's a 3 o'clock kickoff UK time. One for the diary. Chance down the left-hand side then. Sissoko, the cut back. Just needs somebody on the end of this. They had bodies coming forward. It was the number 27, Philippe, who in the end he's arrived just a yard too late. Good break though from Sissoko. There's the cutback. Time just appeared to stand still here, didn't it? But in the end, good defending.
Yeah, I think it was Kaputska just got his foot in. Fantastic tracking back from him. As you said, you were just waiting for someone to come in and slam that ball home or get it cleared. And in the end, it was a really important challenge from Kaputska.
Here he is again. Ball has gone out of play. Referee says that's going to be a throw-in to Akhisarspor.
It's definitely been a bit more feisty in this half.
Yeah, there's that header again from Leonardo Ajoa. The Argentinian, just a 1 goal in 10 appearances on loan for Brighton last season. Second spell back with Brighton. Of course, he was signed by the Foxes from Brighton, wasn't he? Time is the call to Darnell Johnson. First time clearance, drilled that one though. Straight at Andy King, couldn't bring it under control. Sissoko. There's the layoff. All over on the far side. Kenna Osman Passar. Sissoko wants it. And Osman Passar again will come forward. There's the ball in. Hamza Chowdhury. Nice measured layoff to Christian Fuchs. I'm sure he's just going to wrap his boot around this. He does. There's the clearance. Leonardo Ajoa just putting the third Akhisarspor goalkeeper under pressure this afternoon. It's, they come away with it. Barbosa, the number 7, continues his run down the left. Trapped by Nduku, gets his ball in. Well held by Eldin Jakobovic. He had two attracting, but he's still got his crossing. Fuchs to Kaputska. King. Turn is the cry. Darnell Johnson. Given away. Akhisarspor outside the right boot, trying to find... Well, they had 2 over on that far side. There is Barbosa. He wants to go from left to right. It's a bit of a Hollywood ball, but it will stay in. And they've got bodies committed here that... Josue, who is back in possession. He's gone in the book as well. Sissoko. To the left-hand side. Sissoko again. Fuchs it was the final touch. Homeside just trying to build. And in the end it's come to nothing. Puel looking on, looks somewhat pensive. It's difficult to gauge what managers are thinking, isn't it, Jerry? Because how do you get a handle on these kind of games? We talked about mileage in the legs, match sharpness. Can we create some chances? Look for possible permutations about formations, who can play where. That's the whole idea of these games.
Yeah, well, you know, in this second half, he's got, 3 of the back 4. The under 23s. Kaputska's coming under 23. Leighton and Duckley under 23. So there's a lot of young kids just been thrown in, against experienced players here. Yes, you've got Ajoa, Slimani, Kingy on the pitch. and Fuchs as well.
Yeah.
And obviously Chowdhury, another one who's just come on that midfield. So this is a great learning curve for them. You know, and that's what Puel will be looking at with these young players. Can they stand out in this kind of company?
Yeah, moving into men's senior football,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Against experienced players, can they, you know, can they work out the issues at hand? Can they solve them and then, you know, go and be a positive influence on the team?
Cast your mind back to May, during that crazy game we were at Wembley, final day of last season against Tottenham. Leighton Nduku was involved on the bench that day, wasn't he? So, you know, all of a sudden these players from the development squad finding themselves involved in the senior ranks.
Yeah, and what you're getting with a team like this is a lot of physicality. Can they deal with that as well?
Josh Knight with the ball in. That's not a bad ball in. Well, Slimani had come to the near post area. This ball will stay in. Fuchs, time to look up. There's the ball in. Headed away this time. Hamza Chowdhury with the follow-up shot, but they've got a couple of players from the initial phase coming back from an offside position. And the linesman put the flag up. But two decent ball-ins, firstly from the right and then from the left.
Yes, great ball in from Josh Knight again, this time on his right foot. And probably the only player I didn't mention out of the under-23s who's had the biggest influence.
Yeah.
You know, he stuck one on the head of Ajoa there. Slimani's just missed out on one. So good quality play from Josh Knight again down this right-hand side.
Nice bit of hold-up play from Elvis Manu.
And this won't go unnoticed by Claude Puel, you know, stuff like that.
Given away. Elvis Manu it was, who was dropping in to try and retrieve that ball, but just in it, having come on and started this game like an express train, I just wonder if he's run out of puff a bit, Jerry.
Yeah, well,
he's gone out of the game a little bit, hasn't he, as Elvis?
Well, you know, there's a reason why he's playing in Turkey, and he's been around, you know, as you said, he's been at a few clubs in his career. I don't think his goal-scoring record helps him there, which is obviously, you know, the #1 trait as a centre forward.
That's what they judged on, obviously, yeah. But they will come away with it. Sissoko back in possession. It's a little bit awkward for the defender, but he's able to bring it under control. Good pressure from Leighton Nduku. Kena Isman Passat over on the far side. Well, we've wanted the breakthrough. We've tried to get the breakthrough. Two chances for Akhisarspor in the first half to Yevgen Seznyov. And that one chance for the Foxes after the break. Leonardo Ajoa, header off the bar. A little bit unfortunate, but just over 5 minutes left. Still no breakthrough. Josh Knight. Can go with King. Sissoko has won it back though. Well, Akhisarspor, this is something that's happened off the ball. Eldar Barbotsa, he thought was in. Now, I don't quite know what's gone on here. The flag has gone up over on the far side. Whether he thinks that's for offside, or do they think there was a foul, which the cameraman didn't spot? I'm not so sure, but anyway, play goes on. And Chowdhury. Free kick, says the referee. Callum Elder, who slipped back into the left-back slot. Leighton Nduku. Well, he's looking for the run. There's the dummy. Andy King with a shot on the turn. Difficult execution. Having won the ball back here. Slack defending from Akhisarspor. He's done well, Andy King. Shot on the turn. Could he have laid that one off to a teammate? Difficult technique.
Yeah, I think so. You know, but again, you know, I suppose when you're in that position of the pitch, you've only got one thing in your mind. You've got a chance to turn and shoot. You might as well go for it, see if it can come off, especially as we talk about them being in pre-season.
Wales midfielder back from his loan spell, of course, at Swansea City. 11 appearances, 2 goals for the Swans. And the Welshman brought on the 60-minute mark. Here's Hamza Chowdhury out to the left-hand side. Fuchs. Ajoa. Won back well by Andy King. Great tenacity. And Duku. Josh Knight makes the overlapping run. Good ball out to the left-hand side to Fuchs. Can they get this ball in? Body's committed. Hamza Chowdhury. This time drilled in. Taking a deflection off someone. And I think that's going to be a Leicester City corner. It is. Well, they got a late chance here, 3 minutes on the clock to send the cavalry forward if they want to do this. It is going to be a corner. Thumbs up there from Josh Knight. That was the ball that was on.
Yeah, you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to spread it. It was very congested in the middle of the pitch, and it was the right play to try and take on from Hamza, to try and get that ball out to Josh Knight, who was obviously stood in a lot of space.
Joa, Knight, Johnson, all in the box here. There's the ball in. In the end, it's good goalkeeping from the reserve goalkeeper, Halil Yaral. Elvis Manu. Again, he's lost out. Good tracking from Hamza Chowdhury. And he's got space to move into. Easy ball on to Andy King. Joa climbs, can't bring it under control, but they're going to get a throw in deep inside Akhisarspor's half here. Islam Slimani joins Joa. Later than Duku is in the box as well. There's the throw in. Akhisarspor win the first header. With the layoff and cleared. Elvis Manu, he's got it all to do himself. But he's done well. A nothing situation, he rides 2 challenges. I'm not so sure about that. 0-0, referee.
He's definitely bought one, but these are the things you've got to learn. We've seen Elvis Hammond, that they're all having a laugh on the bench.
They know they're talking 0-0.
You can see Chowdhury just before that, with a bit of a rash challenge, going down easy. Again, that big Elvis Manu going down a little bit easy.
Barbosa with the free kick whipped in. Shot from range, poor execution though. And it's not going to sit. Left-footed attempt from range. Cardiac as it was. Fancied his chances, but in the end couldn't get over the ball. Climb from Ajoa. Good aerial duel. Well, the 90 minutes up. No breakthrough here in Austria. A decent workout nevertheless for the Foxes. They're second as part of their pre-season itinerary. Third game comes on Saturday, of course, against Udinese. A reminder of that kick-off, 3 o'clock UK time. Elvis Manu, again, he's got it all to do. Ball has gone out to the far side. Josue, all left-footed, deflected. Sissoko out on this left-hand side. Well, they've worked it well. But in the end, it comes to nothing. They've done the hard part there, Akhisarspor. Later than Duku, man on is the cry. Might not have been aware of that challenge on the blind side, but in the end, they get away with the throw. 2 o'clock, my apologies, UK time, that kick-off, my apologies. 2 o'clock UK time. as the Foxes take on Udinese. More detail about that to follow, of course. We'll try and get some post-match reaction as well from this game against Akhisarspor. But one for the diary. Another stiff test against the Italian Serie A side. 2 o'clock kickoff UK time. Swept out to the left-hand side, but given away. Fuchs. And the Austrian back in possession. Hamza Chowdhury. On the turn, Leighton and Dukwu. Andy King. Ajoa put the arm up. He makes the run. Can he bring it under control? Late chance! Was there a nudge in the back as well there? Well, it was Bartosz Kaputska who made the run. Was there a hand on? Just a few appeals. Nothing given in the end. Ajoa does well. No, nothing given. No contact as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to say, great touch, great flick from Ajoa there to get that ball back and to give Kaputska a chance. But unfortunately, it just wasn't to be.
So there is the full-time whistle. And in the end, a good workout for Claude Puel's men. Sadly, no breakthrough. It was a pre-season devoid of genuine glut of goal-mouth opportunities. 2 stand out in the first half, both for the same player, Yevgen Zheleznyov, the Ukraine number 9. And then just the one in the second period, and it came for the Foxes substitute. That was Leonardo Ajoa, a header back off the bar as the two managers have an exchange here. But in the end, plenty of players getting plenty of mileage in the legs. Jerry, unfortunately, couldn't bring you a goal this afternoon. Yeah,
it's just one you consign to Route 101, isn't it, in these games? It is what it is. Sometimes, we've seen 5 goals on Saturday against Notts County. Real good game. This time it was a little bit bitty. Some good things, some things that Claude Puel will obviously have to iron out, but good to see. Yeah, good to see a lot of young players getting game time today. A lot of the under-23 development squad getting game time today, and they'll learn a lot from this because they were a physical team today, and they put it about. And these are the things that they're going to have to deal with if they're going to improve and go on.
I think of the first half highlights, I like the growing influence of James Maddison, who for me was starting to have a bit of an influence in that danger area. Sort of playing the cheat role, Jerry, in between midfield and attack. He seemed to be having a good influence.
Yeah, he looks a player. He looks as if he's going to have a big influence on the Leicester City side. He's got the football brain, as we call it. He's an intelligent footballer. And his quality on the ball as well is superb. So he's definitely going to be one to watch.
Well, there's the full-time graphic, just the one shot on target for the Foxes. 2 for Akhisarspor, both for the same player. Yevgen Zheleznyov, the veteran Ukraine striker, unable to get the breakthrough. His first a difficult execution. It was the ball that was fizzed into him. Left-footed attempt blocked by first-half goalkeeper Danny Ward, and his second right-footed this time, again forcing the save from the Wales goalkeeper. But a player who throughout his career probably fancy his chance in those kind of areas. Just a couple of alarm bells at a time when the Foxes were in control of the game as well, Jerry.
Yeah, listen, when you're conceding chances and goals, then the first thing the manager will always look at is how did these come about. So, it's important. We've seen it on Saturday again, a little bit of lapse of concentration. Conceded a sloppy goal to Notts County. And so it's important that they try and iron these issues out nice and early. And again, that's why you have these games in pre-season. But fortunately, on this time, Danny Ward was equal to the first one. The second one was a poor shot. But all in all, a good workout for the lads.
Just looking back on some of the match highlights. There's the big man, Elvis Manu, who put himself about, having come on as a second-half substitute. There was the challenge from Damari Gray, which unfortunately curtailed the appearance of the second Akhisarspor goalkeeper.
There's the old magic spray. Yeah. Obviously didn't work, wasn't that magic? This time round, was it?
Islam Slimani, another of those changes, brought on the 60-minute mark. So too Christian Fuchs, back in his homeland, the Austrian. Two games in then as part of the pre-season programme. Here is that chance, the one real feature chance for the Foxes. Leonardo Ulloa, good execution, strong header off the bar. He's a little bit unlucky there.
Yeah, there's not a lot more Ulloa could do. He's you know, he's running away from goal, so he has to turn his head and his body. And again, both these chances, just seeing that other cross come in from Josh Knight, real quality, and that's what was lacking in the first half. Was the quality from, you know, the wings, both wings in the first half. Yes, we didn't have the manpower up front with Damari Gray. No, he's not really an aerial threat. But it just shows if you have that aerial threat and you have that quality from wide, then you'll cause problems here. Again, Ulloa with a lovely little flick, done really well. So it was a little bit better, let's say, in the second half.
Just to reference Saturday's opponents, by the way, Udinese, they're already 3 games in to their pre-season programme. They've won all 3 of those. They ended the regular season in 14th position, having won 12 of 38 games of the regular season in Italy's Serie A. And that'll be our next focus here on Saturday. A reminder, just to clear up, it is a 2 o'clock kickoff UK time. Full time, it has finished Leicester City 0, Akhisarspor 0.